since media day, it really hasn't been a whole lot of news. It's been a couple of comments, just stuff generally about training camp. And, so far, just some of the main things that I want to focus on this episode are going to be about Patrick Williams and Coby White and their injuries specifically. So Billy Donovan came out and said that it was going to be a big day. The first day of training camp was going to be a big day to kind of see where they're going to expect P. Will to be able to come back in. If he was able, how mobile he was and everything was going to determine a few things for him and his season, as I adjust my mic a little bit, in his season. And we haven't really heard many updates with that to see how mobile he was or anything like that. And I'm sure they're going to play that close to the vest. Either way, he's going to be out all of preseason. So they have no reason to really announce anything yet on P. Will's development or anything, because he could have a setback. He could have a day where he looks a little bit more mobile, and then how he responds to that may be a little adverse. They may, project him to be on the longer end of that 4 to 6 week recovery time period. So, a lot remains to be seen with Patrick Williams. Now, one of the things that I do want to focus about on this video, and like I said, I'm not going to be here long today because it hasn't really been a super huge amount of news, but one of the things that has come out is Billy Donovan talking about Coby White, saying he's not worried about Coby, and Coby's going to have a big role for them. And, that's the thing. I think with the signings that we've had, and I know a lot of the comments as well have been here of, where does Coby find minutes? We need to trade Coby. We have Caruso. How does he get minutes now? The fact of the matter is, even with Caruso, Coby White, Lonzo Ball, and Zach LaVine being our 4 main guards, we're looking at easily 30 plus minutes for the starters, around 20-25 minutes for the other 2, if that ends up being the rotation. So, the minute thing isn't going to be an issue if everyone's playing to their abilities. They're all going to get the minutes that they need. That's also not taking into consideration that there are going to be times where people play out of position with the way that our team's constructed, more than likely. Zach's probably going to play some minutes at the 3. I'm not sure of a whole lot, and we know Caruso, especially defensively, can play minutes at the 3, even though he's going to be undersized there. So there's going to be minutes to get those players. The key thing is that, like I said, everybody playing up to their ability and impacting this team in a positive way. And the thing with Coby is, Coby really doesn't seem to be too restricted in practice. There's some things he can't do with that arm, and that makes sense. He's able to work out, stay in shape as much as he can. Hopefully at this point he's really gaining the knowledge of the offense and whatever it is that they're going to run. But really, Coby White has, and I've said this before, I said this in my Coby White video, but like now hearing Billy Donovan say that and saying that he's not worried about Coby in a positive way, is that I really do think that they are expecting Coby White to be able to come in and be that spark plug. Of course he's going to have to earn that role as the season goes on. He's going to have to show that he can keep that, and then he's going to be able to fill that role. And Coby knows that. When you've heard the things that have come out about Coby White since media day and everything, it doesn't seem like he's down on himself. It doesn't seem like he's down on this team. It doesn't seem that he at all is really in his head at all about his role and his position on this team, because I think they've probably reassured him. They probably have told Coby, hey, there's definitely a spot for you no matter what and who we sign this offseason, as long as you play up to your abilities. And that's what it boils down to. And that's what I want to ask you guys. Do you think that Coby White is going to be able to fill the role of spark plug off the bench? We know he has the potential to, but potential only gets you so far. Is this a make or break year for Coby White, or because he's starting off with an injury, you think they make that decision? They've extended that contract to give him his 4th year. Do you think they're going to make that probably midway through that before they try to move him? What do you guys think is ultimately going to happen with Coby White? I have faith in the kid. He's so young. I wouldn't even if Coby White, let's say for some reason, has a slightly disappointing season. Not a huge, because if he's a huge disappointment, we know, AK is probably going to ship him out of there. But if it's slightly disappointing, maybe not up to that level or that consistency that we want him to be at, still wouldn't mind seeing the Bulls hold on to him, depending on what kind of deal he garners, just because a player with Coby's scoring ability doesn't come very often. But there are a ton of players who had scoring potential and never really hit that. So it can go both ways. And I think that Coby, especially with having the veterans around him now that he has, them really building into him and pouring into him, I should say, helping build his confidence as well. I think Coby is going to be online to have a really good season. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about, we're less than a week away from the Bulls preseason. What are some of the things you guys are going to be looking for in the preseason? Overall, for me, it's all about the play style. That is all that I'm focused on. I want to see what style this team is going to play. And I know that it's going to continue to evolve as the season goes on. Like who they are at the beginning of this season is going to be vastly different than the way the team probably plays 20 games into the season once everything kind of has time to gel together, as well as Patrick Williams. You know, Patrick Williams, I think, as much as I don't expect him to be featured, I know some of you guys in the comments kind of push back on me saying that, and, you know, more power to you. If Patrick Williams is featured, it's not that I doubt it. I just, you know, I don't think that they put him in that role kind of quite yet when you have 3 20-point per game scorers on the team, people who you know can hit that potential, but I could be wrong. I think that overall, you know, Patrick Williams is really in a good position. You know, yes, it sucks that the injury. Yes, it's a setback, right? But Patrick Williams is going to be able to come back and really slot in anything that he does, because I don't expect him to be featured on offense, and what he does defensively, you know, that he can do that at any role or position that he's in. So, you know, we'll see what Patrick Williams. I really do think that Patrick Williams is definitely more of a key than Coby White. I'm not at all putting them on the same level as where I think their importance is going to be, especially to start this season. And it does suck to have that injury to Patrick Williams, but it's good to see that both these players are out there. They're still learning. Their spirits are still high. You know, Patrick Williams has talked about the connection him and Coby White have as well, which could be good if they have some chemistry there. I don't know how many minutes they're going to end up playing together. But it's exciting time. And, you know, one of the things that is just different about this season right now is not only this excitement we have as a fandom, right? Because we get excited, whether we want to admit it or not. We're excited every season starts. Yeah, we don't expect much coming in as much as we do coming into this season, but at least for me, I'm always excited when the Bulls season start. But there's such intrigue, it seems like, around this league, and they don't have a lot of nationally televised games, but it seems like, I don't want to say all the basketball eyes are on the Chicago Bulls, but a lot of them are to see exactly if these signings work, if Zach LaVine continues to ascend. So much is going on with the Chicago team that it's an exciting time to be a Bulls fan again. Also, to the winners of the giveaway, I know I've been behind. I know you guys probably saw about my grandfather a couple videos ago that kind of set me back on sending everything out. I'll get everything sent out here shortly, so I want to apologize to the giveaway winners that we haven't got that out yet, but I'm refocused now. We're back. Everything's back to where it should be, and like I like to end every video on, go Bulls. Make sure you like and subscribe. I love you guys so much. I'm out this bitch. Peace.